everyone, welcome to the channel. I am Mommy Fana. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys through a full day of being an animal care technician. Used to waking up in the mornings. I would say I am a morning person for sure. I'm a morning person and I like waking up. Okay, Eris is on a little adventure. Oh, Eris, babe, I don't think your weight can be supported by that tree. So typically I wake up at 4:44 a.m. and waking up early is not something that's new to me because when I was a kid, my grandmother used to wake us up super, super early to go to the sanctuary and to pray every morning and have basically just a few hours of alone time with Source and with ourselves, and just setting intentions for the day. And this would always be super, super early, like 3, 4 a.m. Once I went to high school, I would actually wake up super early, like at 3 a.m. as well, because my bus stop would come at 4 a.m. And in order for me to be at school by 7 a.m., I had to be at my bus stop at 4 a.m. because I was the first stop and I just had to make it work. So I'm pretty used to waking up early. So I get up early every single day. Even though I've been doing it for a long time does not mean that it is super easy. Once I am up, I am a super fun morning person. I love mornings. I'm a morning girl. I love it. So for the longest amount of time, me and my boyfriend only had one car, and we ended up actually getting two cars, but by the end of this video, we will be back down to one car, and I will get into that a little bit later. We will talk about that at the end of this video, so stay tuned if you want the tea on that. Okay, her entire tale is like, she does not know what she wants to do. Ball pythons for you. Silly little goobers think she just won. Okay, so me and my boyfriend are sharing a car right now, so he does have to drop me off to work before he goes to work and pick me up, which is this whole entire thing because we basically start work at the same time. Our jobs are like 30 minutes apart in the totally opposite direction, so we were going through it, okay? So we decided to treat ourselves to scooters. Oh my, have you guys ever had scooters? Scooters is so amazing. The people working there sometimes are not the nicest, but the items that they make are amazing. Okay? It is amazing, and they did not have that in Florida. I just moved to Nebraska, if you guys didn't know that. Scooters is so much better than the Star, so much better than Starbucks. So we decided to get a little scooters today, and it was good. It was phenomenal. I always get the same thing. If you know me, if I find something I like, I am going to get that thing over and over. I am not going to try anything else. Cookies and cream has been the only flavored ice cream I have indulged in my entire 23 years. Now, of course, I've tasted other flavors, but did I buy them? I've never, ever, 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 ever. So, of course, at Scooters, I got that. But, baby, they have oat milk. So, I got it with oat milk. And it was phenomenal. But it wasn't ice cream. I forgot what it's called. So we got a little drinkity just to, reward. It's like a reward for the hard times we've been having sharing one car. So I got to work super early, and guys, this was a weekend shift. Now, they did not tell me when I got hired that I would have to work weekends. I thought it was just Monday through Fridays, and I did not know that I would have to work weekends by myself. I don't know if this is specific to my job or if this is a thing for all animal care technicians, but I think it is. So be aware. I had to work sometimes 12 shifts in a row, like 12 days in a row, no days off. So keep that in mind. And 2 of those days, I had to run the entire facility by myself. I was there by myself, no one else. No veterinarians, no other animal care technicians, nobody but me. So keep that in mind. When I filmed this was one of those weekends where I had to do everything. So when I get to work, I have to change. I have to get out of my street clothes into more facility appropriate clothes, as well as what do they call it? Laboratory appropriate footwear, which were basically any sneakers that were like slip proof and you couldn't wear them anywhere else but inside of the lab. So I had to change out of my clothes, and I also had to put on PPE, and I would have to change out of my PPE after I would leave every single room. I would have to change my gloves. If I went inside of a cage, I would have to change my entire PPE. I typically wouldn't put on my PPE in the bathroom, but for filming purposes, I just wanted to show you guys. So I did my PPE in the bathroom just to show you guys. So before starting any day, I usually look at the chart to see where I am assigned. And I've been assigned to rounds like every single day because I'm the newest person. And yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot because it's not just rounds, it's a lot of other things with it too. And it is, let's just say it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. With rounds, you have to have a cart, and your cart has to be organized a certain way. Your cart needs certain essentials like your gloves, your gowns, your mask, all your PPE that you're going to be changing out of between rooms, as well as pins, charts, and logs because you're going to need that, as well as replacements for things inside of the rooms like equipment, maybe even fresh cages, and just carrying different things on the cart that some rooms may need before we do a full room restock. So we have to start every morning taking care of the USDA regulated species. If you're ever wondering what you can use as an easy form of enrichment for your animals, just turn on some classical music and trust me, it will make the world of a difference. Hey Alexa, play Ultimate Classical Station.
The station Ultimate Classical on Amazon Music.
With every room, I have to check temperatures, I have to check humidity levels, I have to check certain things, I have to actually make sure the racks are reading at a certain range. It is a whole lot, guys. And with every animal, I have to do logs for. I have to check and monitor their health and their well being. I also have to do the husbandry. I have to clean out every individual enclosure. I have to replenish the food. I have to do the diet prep. I have to provide H2O. I have to also do some medical things. I have to also apply ointment sometimes. I have to administer medication sometimes. And sometimes I was asked to do things that I wasn't so comfortable doing. Thank God I didn't have to do it. But with the job, there is some things that we'll talk about later on that you have to be willing to do if you want to work in that type of field. And there's a reason I'm talking in past tense. We'll get there in a second. I think it's really important to showcase every aspect of the job, not just the aspect of you getting to be around animals, because quite frankly, I do a lot more cleaning and prepping and putting stuff together than I even get to interact with the animals on a playful level. It just always seems like it's either if I'm interacting with the animal, it's because there's a medical emergency or I observed an abnormal behavior and I need to basically communicate with the veterinarian about the animal or cage changes. Those are really the only times I get to interact with the animals. I mean, like you could, but like you shouldn't because of basically how the facility is ran. We're not going to get into too much detail, but yeah, I didn't really get to do much with the animals. It was more so, it was like really hard, strenuous labor. And it was kind of isolating also because there was like no windows in the facilities because it's a restricted facility. Like you had to literally have a key card to get up there. Like it was supposed to be incognito, you know what I mean? So you got to factor all that in when considering wanting to become an animal care technician, there are certain aspects of the jobs that are just non-negotiables, and it's all about where you stand as a person, where your morals are, kind of about your own personal ethic when it comes to considering a career as an animal care technician, if that makes sense. I think another important thing too is you alone most of the time just being with the animals. And I feel like that can be good and that could also be bad for some people. And if that is not your ideal aspect of a job, then maybe it's not the job for you because you get little to no recognition and you don't really get recognized for all the work that you do. So you kind of just have that special moment with the animals. The only ones that know that you're doing good are the animals. And I guess there's something good about that. And if you are in this field currently, just try to look at things that way. Try to see the brighter side of things because I know it can be so daunting working and not getting recognized for all the hard work that you put in. I know it sucks, but I just want to let you know I appreciate you and I see you and they see you. They really do. See? She sees you. She sees you. Right, Suzu? She's like, yeah, I see them. So, with all that being said, it is some very long hours. It is some long days and it is a lot of nothing sometimes. And sometimes that is like perfect, and other times that is like the nothing can be overwhelming, if that makes sense. And one good thing I could say, it allows a lot of self-reflection time, and I'm the type of person that loves anything like that. That is a pro. Furthermore, I would say that it is a lot of doing the same things, but also doing new things every single day, if that makes sense. Because it's just like so much compiled into a day. There's no way I could ever do in one video unless it was like 4 hours long of what actually happens throughout a full day because there's always something new, but there's always the same stuff that you do every week. So it's just finding a balance between that, which can be so hard, especially as a full-time student. And finding a balance is something that you should not overlook. It is something that you need to survive. Like humans operate best in homeostasis. We exist in homeostasis. It is only when we begin to go against our natural being that we start to experience inner conflict, that we start to experience cognitive dissonance. So it is really important to maintain a balance. So even though work is hard and life is hard, I may be going through it with having one car or, being in a job that may not really align with where I see myself in the future or with my core ethics and my core morals. How can I find a balance in that? And the best way is to find a community. Find a community that understands and that you can be represented, that you can be recognized in. For me, being that I just moved across the country and I'm experiencing life in a whole new lens from a whole new perspective, the community has been like I would even say it's one of my 2025 goals. So I've been just putting myself out there, doing things that I never thought I would ever do, like going to a football game. I know absolutely nothing about football, but when I was given the opportunity, I took it, even though I had been working 12 days on. And truth be told, I could have stayed home and I could have relaxed and I could have prepared for the week ahead. But I said, screw it. And I went and I lived life. And I'm glad that I did that. Even though I had no idea what was happening the entire time, I enjoyed myself. I ate food. I experienced it with people that I enjoyed. And I was so grateful to be there. And it just felt like a magical moment. And I just thought, like, Imagine if I would have missed that experience because I was letting life get in the way, because I was letting, other things that didn't even align with my true nature affect my life experience. Like, wow, isn't that crazy to think about sometimes? To think about how we let things that are out of our control affect things that are in our control. It's like sometimes we just need to chill, just relax, and just take the opportunities that life is handing to us, that source, God, energy, everything being is handing to us. Like sometimes we just need to chill and grab life by the kahunas. My
Hey,
boyfriend.
this is top secret.
My boyfriend is showing me his old Legos, his old
No.
books, his old teddy. Oh,
Where? Which one? Oh yeah, that's my Build-A-Bears.
oh. Your bobbleheads. Those are really cool.
That's funny. We went to
Might still one of those.
an Orioles game, and they gave us like 20 bobbleheads
Wow.
of Jonathan Scope. This is the one I wanted to get out. Why you go away?
I'm about to change
Peanut
the
bread?
drip. You gave it to me. Gives me a Snickers and talks bad about me. Shame.
What?
Cute. I had a jacket like that in high school.
Letterman's jacket. Just kidding. This isn't Letterman's.
His old guitars. Well, not all, but I guess they are. But he's gonna take one. I don't know which one.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I lived there for
Fort
a year.
Lauderdale.
That's from Ash Tree. Oh, that's my old coat.
I would 100% live in Fort Lauderdale again if we have money.
Oh, hey, look, all the CDs I used to keep in the car.
Would you agree, babe?
What about what?
Would you ever live in Fort Lauderdale again?
If I had made 6 figures, yes.
Yep. Okay.
This is the best design bomber ever created. B-52 is terrible.
We welcome our visitors from the University of California, Los Angeles. First and 10 at 19. Pull on for the extra point out of the Boulder Machine.
Yeah, they released balloons.
The poor environment.
Yep. The kick is good. 10:02 to go in the second quarter. UCLA 10, Nebraska 7. Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Bruins will have first and 10 at their 25.
Let's see.
I guess I should talk about something with you guys to talk to you about things. Guys, I don't know why I just said it like that, so off key, but like saying it like that, I don't know why that reminded me of Bretman Rock. I know you guys know who Bretman Rock is. I used to love Bretman Rock. I was a Bretman fan. Let's talk about it. If you may have noticed, I was talking about my job as an animal care technician in a very much past tense. And that is because that's what it is. It is in the past. It is something I am no longer identifying with. And it's not something I was happy to identify with to begin with. I just was misled and misguided. And yeah, now I know better. Now I know better. There were just certain things about the job that didn't align with me spiritually, that didn't align with me mentally, physically, and emotionally. And this was all like affected in my day to day. I would come home and I would cry every single day. I was just operating at a very low vibrational frequency, which is crazy to me because I felt like when I first was getting ready to move, it just felt like I was so spiritually aware. And then the moment I moved, it was just like, whoa, I got this job. And it just felt like I was very cognitive dissonance. That's what it was giving. It was giving cognitive dissonance. Like I wasn't aligned. Like I know I love animals, but I am working at a job that tests on animals. When I took the job, I don't know why it didn't click with me that that would not be a place that aligned with me as a person. I think I just saw that they were paying me $5 more than what I was making in Florida, and I took it and ran with it, and I didn't even think about how it would affect me mentally and emotionally because I'm gonna be real, I could not handle it. I could not handle it. The humane euthanasia, I could not do it when I seen it happen, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I am grateful for the opportunity that I had, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. Now, the craziest thing is I didn't realize my feelings about it until after something major happened. Okay. So here's the thing. I didn't quit this job because of my feelings about it, right? I got into a car accident. My first ever car accident ever, in a new place that I've never, ever been in before. On the way to work, I was like 5 minutes away from work. I was close to work. I got in a car accident and I did not know what to do because I've never been in a car accident. And the guy, he was aggressive. It was a lot going on. Okay. And I text my job. I'm like, hey, I just got in a car accident. I will update you. You know what the message was that I got back? The message was, okay, let me know because you're in rabbits today. If you guys ever work with rabbits, if you have rabbits are not easy. They're not easy. Rabbits, like you gotta take out everything, clean it, sanitize it, like 2 or 3 times a day. So rabbits is like one of the hardest jobs. I look at this message, I'm like, wow, like not even, are you okay? Are you good? It's let me know what's up because you have rabbits today. At first I was like, okay, that's weird. Maybe she's driving. Maybe, they're distracted. Maybe they didn't realize that I said I was in a car accident. Maybe they thought I said I saw a car accident or like there's a car accident and like it's blocking up traffic and I'm gonna be late. Maybe that was the case. So that's what I was thinking, right? I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm on the phone with the police. This guy's being mad aggressive and I'm just sitting in my car because I'm a Black girl in a predominantly white state and this guy is not. I am on the phone with the police and the police are like, yeah, we're not coming. If no one's hurt or dead, we're not coming. And I'm like, okay, so you're just gonna leave me alone with this creepy, scary, angry man. Fine, whatever. So I told my job and I'm like, hey, yeah, so I guess the police aren't coming. And they're like, oh, okay, well, hysterical while this was happening. I like crying, hysterical. People pleaser me. I get in the car that's clearly damaged and I proceed to try to drive to work because work's only 5 minutes away, right? Work's only 5 minutes away, right? So I get in the car and I try to drive and the car immediately makes the worst screeching noise I have ever heard ever. And like the wheel gets stuck and it's just like, obviously I'm not moving. So people pleaser me, first person I text was not a mechanic, was not a tow truck. It was my job. And I was like, hey, so yeah, my car is like, not moving. So I'm actually going to have to get a tow truck. And do you want to know what my job says? My job says, can you Uber here? What? Girl, I just got in a car accident and I have to tow my car, and I need to call insurance, by the way. All the things, you need to do right after a car accident happens. And you're telling me to Uber to work. I'm like, at that point, I was like, okay, clearly I am just a worker to these people. I am not a person. I am not a person who can have life circumstances happen. And yeah, that just had me like, whoa. I just continued to receive like messages and messages and messages from this person telling me that I needed to figure out how to Uber to work and this and that. And I acknowledge that I do have responsibilities, but it's also like, as a business, you should have stuff in order for your employees when things like this happen, because like, I cannot control me getting into a car accident. I live 30 minutes away from work. I'm not going to pay $50 to Uber to work. Like, it's paying better than my last job, but it's not. I'm not making Elon Musk money. I'm not making billionaire money. I'm barely making Burger King money. Long story short, that whole situation happened. I didn't like how they handled it. I end up not working there. But the week that I was contemplating whether I would still work there or not, whether I would actually spend the money on the Ubers, my boyfriend was out of town on a business trip. I had time to reflect, and I realized that the job description that I was given basically was like falsified, and the job that I was told about wasn't the job that I actually did. And it felt like I just had a lot of the responsibility and less the pay, even though it's not about money. But it also felt like I wasn't being recognized for my work. It also felt like it just, like I said, it didn't align. Certain practices, the euthanasia, just certain things just went against my ethics. So that is why I no longer work as an animal care technician. And I hope this video was very transparent for you guys. This video is not ending here though. I want to show you guys some of my pets because, like I said, as an animal care technician, I didn't really get to spend time with the actual animals. I spent time with my own pets at home that I already had. That was enough for me. Why don't I introduce you guys to someone? Well, you guys already saw two. Well, for 2 seconds. I'll show you guys one other pet. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's get to it. Guys, are we traveling? I just hope I don't drop anything. I'm trying to show you guys stuff. Okay, guys, so we have a very special guest. We're going to be quiet because he is a very shy guy, but he's also a very, very angry little guy. So there is a possibility that we may get bit. He is a rescue. I do believe that his parents were wild caught, which could be a reason of his bad temperament. But we love him so much. We are also in the process of completely revamping his enclosure. We would love to do a bioactive setup in the future. I will be posting a video on how to do that. But for right now, this is just the setup. I know it is not the correct way. I do not recommend this setup. I do recommend the enclosure. The enclosure is correct. But I do recommend you have a fogger as well as a mister, which we have. We just have not set up. And to prove it to you guys, I have it right here. I am doing the modifications to his enclosures step by step. So it is a process. Last night, I really spent like 4 hours just trying to create a way to trap the humidity. If you guys would like a tutorial on how to do that, I can do that for you guys. Just comment down below. Comment a lizard down below. I also didn't even tell you guys what I was showing you, but I have a veiled chameleon. Sorry about that. Sorry. And his name is Gollum. So typically with the chameleon, you would want their branches to be basically small enough for them to wrap their entire hand around. Because I don't have as many branches as I should in here, I decided to just put these wooden long wood pieces thingies, material poles, and wrap vine around it because the vine is small enough for him to wrap his hand around, but the vine by itself is not strong enough to support his weight. So that is a good little hack that I did, and I made my own little grass adhesive that is completely safe for the chameleons. If you guys would like to know how to make that or even purchase it, stay tuned and subscribe because I have a lot of fun things in the mix for you guys. But without me continuing to blab, wow, he's already going at it over there. I'm going to show you guys Gollum. Let's see if he allows us to even touch him. Oopsie. Okay, I may have turned the audio back off by mistake. Hopefully all of that was recorded. If not, I'm going to cry, guys, because I love you. And I'm going to work so hard to give you guys the best content. I don't care if I have to refilm it 10,000 times. Now, do you guys see Gollum? Do you guys want a close-up? You guys probably want a close-up, right? Yeah. He's thirsty. With chameleons, you want to make sure you have the proper UVB lighting, as well as heating, as well as grow lights for live plants at the bottom of my enclosure. And I don't know if you guys can't really see this, but I also build some more stick bamboo figures for him to climb around. It's just not done yet. In theory, it would cross all through here and give him lots of more space and room to grow, but I don't want to start him anymore. So, oh, do you guys see? You see what I'm talking about? He's not a nice guy. And with the chameleon, you never want to forcefully grab him ever. Oops. You want him to come to you always, even when they're angry. Even when he's angry. Get him to come to you. There's certain ways to handle animals, guys, not to stress them out. And even with following all the right practices, you can still stress them out because they're like humans. There's no 100% answer to it. You know, you just do what you know to work. And when, oh, okay. And that doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it'll work for 10 years and stop working on the 11th year. So, be mindful. Don't be hard on yourselves. Don't be hard on your pets. Try not to stress them out. But unfortunately, especially with chameleons, it's very hard to do that. And he's a little grumpy guy. But we love him. They need UVB. They need heat. The plants need a grow light, LED preferred. They need calcium. They need alternate bugs like dubias, mealworms, superworms as treats, hormones as treats. If you guys want a full chameleon care video, I can do that for you guys. Comment a lizard down below for sure. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I really, really feel like I'm gonna enjoy creating content and just having you guys be a part of the family, a part of the reptile fam. These are my babies and I love them. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna put him back in his enclosure. Bye, buddy. And then a key with chameleons is to always put them below the branch so they can reach above and support themselves going above the branch. It's just a lot easier. I think that's the same with birds. I should know because I used to work with exotic birds. I don't know. But we're going to say bye-bye to our fellow. Actually, we're going to miss them. That is also an important thing about chameleon care is missing your chameleon. So I'll show you guys what I do. You want to try to avoid spraying the chameleon because they stress easily. And as I have showed you guys, preferably you don't want the pressure to even be this high, but he needs a good misting. The thing about living in a drier climate is that I now have to deal with figuring out how to keep the humidity at the right level. And I found lots of ways around it. Like I told you guys, I will make videos if you guys want it. If not, you know, I'm sure you guys would like to see though. I might make it anyway. Try not to get the chameleon. He is very finicky. Like he does not like to be sprayed, but he does like to drink the water from the spray that I spray off. So I'll get kind of close to him, but not super close. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey as animal lovers. And thank you for being an animal lover because there's not enough love and education about animals out there. And we could really learn how to live with them, live cohesive, meaningful lifestyles and we can learn a thing or two from them. Animals are great teachers. If you just look at them, look at their lifestyles, look at their life cycles, there is a lesson to be learned in every single thing, down to the smallest little annoying ant to the big roaring tiger or the big giant great white shark. Who knows? There's a lot to be learned from all animals, and I want you guys to keep that in mind whenever you see an animal. Just have a little bit of more understanding of who they are and understand that they have their own lives and their own purpose to fulfill on this journey. And it's just as important as yours, and it's just as important as mine, and it's just as important as everyone. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I am Mommy Fauna. Remember to stay tuned. I post videos every single Monday. Mondays are for Mommy Fauna. Remember, Mondays are for Mommy Fauna. Subscribe and turn on your post notifications. I love you guys. Keep exploring, keep thriving, and even if you're still here, go listen to my podcast. I have 2 podcasts out. One is called Dahlia the Explorer, because my real name is Dahlia. If you didn't know, now you do. This is a secret only for the people that stay to the very end of the video. My real name is Dahlia, and you guys keep that a secret. Don't put it in the comments. Don't put it anywhere. I will know who the real ones are because they'll know my real name. And a oop, mic drop, and a oop, there we go. I will know you guys are the fam. Period. Love you all either way though. And subscribe to my other podcast, Last Night I Got Fit. It's very personal and very meaningful to me. I just had my very first ever guest episode with Jimmy. He's an incredible person and he recently lost almost 100 pounds. So if you're into fitness or interested in anything around that aspect, make sure you go listen to it. Last Night I Got Fit on Spotify. I'm working on getting it on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. Turn on post notifications. New video every Monday. Love you. Bye.